Cheat days is the number one thing that could ruin your results if you're trying to lose weight. So, how come we're told that we should do cheat days when we go on a diet, and why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it ruin everything for you? In order to understand that, you need to learn about your subconscious mind, which in the end is what creates all your results. Your subconscious mind is influencing everything you think about, everything you feel, everything you do, all your habits are influenced by the subconscious mind. And what happens in your subconscious mind when you are allowing yourself a cheat day? Well, the result will surprise you. I'm a high performance coach, and this is the number one thing I teach my clients: how to control your subconscious mind so that you get the results that you really want and not the opposite results. Because when you are implementing cheat days, you will get the opposite result because you are telling your subconscious mind a different story than what you really want to tell it. When most people are trying to lose weight, what they do is try to force themselves into the results, right? To use willpower to just like be stronger, force themselves into eating less, exercising more, and just restricting themselves. And we have this common thing when we're trying to lose weight is that, oh, I need to abstain from the things that I love doing. I don't really like running or exercising. I don't really like eating that healthy food, the salads, the smoothies, whatever you're trying to eat instead of the food that you really want. And you know what? Your mind listens to everything you say, every word, every thought you think, the subconscious mind hears it. So when you're thinking, oh, I really should lose weight, I really should go to the gym, I really should eat more salads, but what I really want to do is eat that pizza. What I really want to do is eat Netflix. And you are sending signals to your subconscious mind that you want to do something else than what you have decided to do. And your subconscious mind listens to everything you say. And if you say, I would rather eat pizza, I would rather lie on the couch and watch Netflix and just relax, that is what your subconscious mind is going to force you to do. You see, your subconscious mind wants to do the best thing for you all the time. So, how does it do that? Yeah, it forces you. It puts pressure on you. And how does it put pressure on you? It does it through feelings, emotions. So when you have told your subconscious mind that, yeah, I should eat salad, but I don't really like salad. I love pizza. I would die for a pizza. I really, really want to have pizza now, but I should be a good girl or a good guy and eat my salad. Your subconscious mind is going to hear everything, okay? And your subconscious mind is going to go, oh, okay, you would die for a pizza. You really want a pizza. Of course you should have pizza. So have you noticed when you sometimes you decided to go exercise or eat healthy, whatever, and before you know it, you find yourself doing the opposite thing, the thing you were trying not to do? Well, you see, that was your subconscious mind using your emotions to push you in that direction. And it happens so quickly. It happens without you even noticing it because it's all unconscious, right? You're on autopilot. The subconscious mind just forcing you to do whatever it thinks is best for you. Okay. And it's going to create a lot of good feelings around that thing that you really, really want. And it's going to create a lot of uncomfortable feelings around the thing that you don't really want. Okay. And those feelings is what directs all your behavior. Like, you may think that you're very rational and that you have a strong willpower and everything, but everything you do is directed by feelings, your emotions. They drive you in the direction that your subconscious mind wants to drive you. Yeah, you might not be aware of it now, but now I've told you. So just please notice whatever happens when you suddenly do stuff that you weren't planning on doing, and just check in with yourself what emotion was there. And we do try to avoid the uncomfortable emotions, and we do want to go wherever there are good feelings, good emotions, positive emotions. And why is that? Well, this is really logical, actually. So, your mind has one major job, and that is to keep you safe. And how does it do that? Well, to keep away from dangers. And how does it know what is dangerous? Well, it doesn't really know, but wherever there is stress, something uncomfortable, Well, that could be dangerous, right? So your mind doesn't know, but it will put everything that is not that doesn't have a lot of good feelings around it, it will put all of that into the category of dangerous. And it will put everything which is new into the same bucket, dangerous, because it doesn't know. Well, it's better to just be cautious, right? Because it could be something dangerous. So your subconscious mind puts everything that is a little bit uncomfortable, that is new, everything you think negatively about, like just the slightest little negativity, it all ends up in the same bucket where things are dangerous. Okay. And your mind, remember, has one main objective, one main job to keep you safe, which means steer you away from everything which could be dangerous and towards where you're safe. And what is safe? Well, whenever there's a positive feeling, right, then you should be safe. So this is how you operate every day. Whenever there's something uncomfortable, like without you even noticing it, your mind is gonna shift you in a different direction where there is something comfortable. And that is how you operate. And by understanding this principle, you can understand yourself and you'll be able to make the changes that you want. Because in the end, if you try to force yourself towards where the uncomfortable feelings are, you need to use willpower, okay? Because you will automatically try to move away from that and towards the good feelings. And if you say, well, okay, I should really go to the gym, and there is, some uncomfortable feelings connected with going to the gym, your mind is going to be like, oh, trying to like make you steer away from the gym. So you will have to use willpower to get there. And the more negative attachments there are around the thing you're trying to do, the more willpower you will have to use. And why is this important? It is so important because yeah, you can get results by just using willpower, but you're going to be unhappy. And at some point, that willpower is going to run out. Using willpower requires so much energy because your mind is trying to drive you in a different direction by using emotions. Remember, emotions are like the most powerful thing there is, and you can force yourself to go in a different direction than what your mind wants you to go for a while, but in the end you're not going to be able to do it because it requires so much energy. I'm sure that you've tried several times. If not, you wouldn't be listening here, right? And I tried so many times myself, and I always ended up going back to the same old patterns because your feelings, your emotions, they are stronger than everything. And every time you use willpower, that means that you're forcing yourself to do something different than what your mind thinks you should do. And listen now, okay, so this is important. And why, again, is your mind trying to put you towards all the good feelings and away from the uncomfortable feelings? Because it thinks it's important for your survival. It actually thinks that you will die if you do that uncomfortable thing, okay? It's dangerous. So it's using all the force it has in order to put you in a safe place. And you are saying, oh no, I want to do this thing which is uncomfortable and scary and potentially dangerous, and I could potentially die. And your mind will go, no way, you shouldn't be doing that. And it's going to like create even more emotions to try to force you into safety. So just look at it at this way. Yes, you can use willpower, and a little bit of willpower isn't bad, but you know what? There are so many better ways so many better ways we can use to get change, which is reprogramming our subconscious mind instead of trying to use willpower, because willpower you will lose in the end. And then again, when you're using willpower, and trust me, I have a long story of trying to lose weight, trying to use willpower. I restricted my diet for so many years, and I couldn't keep up with it because it was such a hard lifestyle. When you're using willpower and when you're restricting yourself and when you're saying, oh, I can't do this, and you really want to do it, there will be so many uncomfortable feelings connected to that, and you will have to push them all down. Your mind is trying to push you in a different directions, and you're not listening, and you're trying to just force yourself to do it anyway. That means you will have to put a lid on all those emotions and just force them down and force them down and force them down. And when you're forcing down all those negative emotions, everything which is uncomfortable, guess what? You're gonna force down all the good emotions too. Like you can't filter for and just bring up the good ones and let the bad ones be, underground. It doesn't work like that. When you're trying to force yourself to do something, you're also putting a lid on the positive emotions, which means you're going to be unhappy. Yeah, seriously, you will be unhappy if you use willpower to reach all your goals and get stuff done. You will be unhappy because there's no joy, there's no freedom, there's no laughter, there's no play, there's no love, there's no empathy. Those good things, they disappear when you live by willpower, okay? And I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I did this for years. I was so tense. I was so stressed. I was so afraid of what other people were thinking. I was afraid of eating this and that food. I was afraid of gaining weight. I was afraid of so many things. And I had so much stress. There were so many negative emotions. And I felt so unfree. And in my head, I thought that, okay, when I lose weight and when I look like this and that, I'll be happy and I'll be free. But you know what? It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't work like that. The only way that you can be free and happy is to live in harmony with your subconscious mind instead of trying to force yourself to do the opposite of what it wants to do. And yes, I'll be the first one to admit that the patterns, the habits in your subconscious mind, they're not always the best. And they won't always give us the life that we want to. But trying to do the opposite thing is going to make it even worse. So what we can do is actually reprogram the habits that are stored in our subconscious mind. I'll teach you to do that in another video. So let's get down to the point. So why are cheat days ruining for you? Why are they ruining everything? So you need to remember that, okay, your subconscious mind is driving you towards a certain behavior based on the patterns you have stored. So, okay, that's good. And trying to use willpower to do the opposite thing is going to cost you. Okay, but you can influence your subconscious mind. I told you a little bit earlier that everything you say, everything you think about, it has like this trickle down effect into your subconscious mind, and it needs to listen. It needs to listen to what you say. The thing is, when you say every day that there's something that you really want and you can't have it, guess what? You're going to want it more. Like it's going to grow. Your unconscious mind doesn't know that doesn't hear the word not. It doesn't work like that, because if you say, for example, if you say that I don't want to eat chocolate, I shouldn't eat chocolate, or no chocolate, not allowed to eat chocolate, like no chocolate. So okay, the word no, no chocolate, in order to understand what no refers to, that your mind needs to go to the next word, which is chocolate, and your focus will be on chocolate. So I know this from my own experience. Okay, so everything I couldn't eat because I had such a restricted life, I wanted more because I couldn't stop thinking about it. The more I was trying to not eat chocolate, not eat pizza, not eat all that stuff, the more I thought about it. Have you experienced that? When you think that you shouldn't do something, you will want it more, because the only thing you are doing by saying that you shouldn't do something is putting your focus on it. Okay, so number one thing you need to stop doing is to think that you shouldn't do something. It's a lot better to actually think about what you want to do. And here's the trick. You can actually reprogram to a certain degree what is happening in your unconscious mind by creating positive or negative emotions around the things that you either want to do or you don't want to do. So what happens when you say that, okay, during the week I'm eating foods that I don't really want. I really want that other thing, and I'm going to allow myself to eat it on Saturdays, let's say. What message are you sending your unconscious mind? You're sending a message that you're doing something, that you don't want to eat that healthy food, that you don't want to go to the gym, and you're sending a message that you want that. You're longing for those donuts or pizzas or whatever you're going to have on your cheat day. So let me be clear, having a cheat day is not going to, ruin whatever progress you have. And I'm not talking about what is happening when you're eating extra sugar one day. Don't think about that. The main thing I'm talking about here is what is happening inside your unconscious mind. And really, your patterns in your unconscious mind is what is creating the results. So if you want to have a healthy lifestyle, look good, feel good in your body, lose weight, and just be the best version of yourself, you need to reprogram those patterns in your subconscious mind instead of trying to use willpower to force yourself to do something that you don't want to do. Because how does your week look when you're restricting yourself for a full week and then you have one day off when you can eat whatever you want to? You can let down all your borders and just be free and crazy and just like eat whatever you want to. What happens inside of you? It's like you spend a whole week doing what you don't want to do. That's so stressful. And remember what I said, you need to push down, not like you're pushing down all the negative emotions and also the positive ones. So it's one week in full restriction because you've told your subconscious mind that you really want that food that you're going to have on the cheat day. That is what you really want. And let me be clear, losing weight, being healthy, having energy, all that stuff, it is not a diet. There's no diet that will give you those results. What will give you those results is changing your lifestyle. And your lifestyle, what is your lifestyle a result of? It's a result of the patterns in your unconscious mind, how you view yourself, your identity. That is what is creating your life. That is what is defining your lifestyle. And whenever you're saying that I don't really want to have this lifestyle, I'm just doing it to lose weight, you are telling your unconscious mind that you are that person who prefers to choose the wrong food, the unhealthy food. You are the person that doesn't like to eat healthy. You are that person that doesn't like to exercise. You're just forcing yourself to do that. And as long as you're telling your unconscious mind this will be your identity. And this will create all your emotions, all your thoughts, all your habits, all your results. So you need to be really, really cautious about how you view yourself, your identity, because this is what is creating your life and your results. Okay. I want you to go inside yourself and really think about, okay, what kind of life do you want? How is your dream life, your perfect life? What do you look like? What do you do? How does it feel to be you? Like, are you healthy? Are you not healthy? Are you in good shape? Are you not in good shape? Do you make good choices for yourself, or do you prefer to make the bad choice? Like, how do you want your life to be? Like, in the end, it all comes down to where you want to be, like your ideal. And a lot of us have an ideal and we think that, okay, my ideal is here. I want to get here, but I'm never going to be able because I can't keep my promise to myself. I don't like to work out. I prefer cheat days and I hate the rest of the days in the week. I look at myself as a person who is unhealthy. I'm trying to get healthy. I'm trying to get in shape. I can't get in shape. I've been trying for so long to lose weight. What kind of identity is that when you look at yourself as a person who has been trying to lose weight for forever and is trying to lose weight? You're going to stay exactly there in the place where you're trying to lose weight and not achieving it. So it is really important that you start to change how you view yourself, your identity, in order to change your lifestyle, in order to get the results you want, which match the life that you want. It all comes back to what is the life you want for yourself. Okay. So sit down, pen and paper, write down my ideal life. I look like this. I feel like this. This is what I do. This is what I've created. And just dream big, okay? Let go of all the old limitations and just like, this is the life I want. And then, okay, if that's the life you want, what kind of person do you need to be in order to match that lifestyle? In order to get those results, what kind of habits do you need to have? Yeah, and what kind of identity do you need to have? And then start practicing looking at yourself in that way. So I would say when you've done that, and when you've started to think about, okay, I want to be a person who is healthy, makes good choices for myself, who actually likes eating the salad, who prefers to eat the salad, start practicing and thinking about yourself as being that person. I am that person who loves salad. I am that person who loves to exercise. Or I'm the person who's learning to love to do those things. Okay. And this is really important because if you don't do that, you'll still be stuck in your old identity where you are trying to achieve results and you won't achieve those results. Last thing, you need to reprogram what you think about the kinds of foods you are eating. Because as long as you are thinking that you need to eat some foods that you don't like and you only like the foods that you're having on your cheat day, you're going to be in for a really rough ride, okay? So you need to start to reprogram yourself in terms of what you think about those kind of foods. And you can start to think good thoughts about the foods that will give you the life that you want, the foods that will make you feel healthy, give you energy, and give you back your life. And then you can start to think negatively about the food that is preventing you from living that life. And yes, you're allowed to think about junk food and ultra processed foods and sugar and all that stuff. You're allowed to think about that as really bad. You're allowed to visualize how that is creating an unhealthy body. It's not only about weight, is it? It's about what it does to your cells, your health, your vitality. Like, what does it really do to you when you're eating foods which are bad for you? So, picture that in your mind. Start visualizing what all those foods are doing. The foods that you are saying, no, I shouldn't eat them, or I should only have them on a cheat day. This sends signals that this is the stuff that you really want. And just to underline this again, so you really get it, when you're having a cheat day, you're sending signals to your unconscious mind saying, I really want to have that. I can't. I can only do it once a week, but this is like my favorite stuff. And the other stuff is not really on the top of my list. I really don't want it, but I just do it because, it's the best thing. So your unconscious mind will hear that. If you signal that there's something you love more than everything else, it's going to push you and it's going to push you and it's going to push you, force you into eating that food because it believes it's good for you, right? And those emotions are so strong, and you're going to need a lot of willpower to just refrain from doing it, okay? So in order to be able to let go of willpower forever, you can change what you think about the things you're doing, the stuff you're eating. Okay. You can start thinking about that stuff that you wanted on the cheat days. Think about it as bad. Think what it does to your health. Start visualizing what it actually does to you, and start to see how that is preventing you from living the life that you want to live. If you want to be healthy, if you want to have a fantastic career, if you want to perform at your best, you can't be eating junk food. There's no room for that. So start connecting the foods you eat to the life you want to live. Create positive emotions around the food that will give you the life you want to live. And then what is going to happen is that your unconscious mind is going to make you go in that direction. You will be able to leave willpower behind when you start changing your thoughts about certain kinds of foods and activities. When you think about it as something good, your unconscious mind is going to make sure you do it because it wants you to stay safe. So it's going to say, okay, if you create a lot of good feelings around that healthy food and going to the gym, it's automatically going to push you into doing it. So you won't need any more willpower, okay? If you stick to the restricted diet and the cheat days, you're gonna be up for a rough ride because you will have to use willpower all the time. So let's just get it clear. Cheat days is gonna destroy everything for you. In order to get change, you need to just forget about willpower and start to reprogram your subconscious mind. Make sure you're clear about the life you want to live and what identity you need to have in order to match that life. And then start to think about yourself in that way. And most importantly, forget about cheat days and start changing what you think and what you say and feel about certain kinds of foods and activities so that you will choose them automatically. And yeah, you can do this. you totally have the power to change how you feel about certain foods. And I know because I've done it myself and I've done it for so many of my clients.